Hi, this is Ophoria, the digital reader. One thing I've been passionate about, besides showing you how to pull DRM from your books, is finding great reads that are completely legit, DRM-free, and affordable. And honestly, there's no better price than free. That's why I'm such a big fan of Project Gutenberg. I donate to them every month because I really believe in what they're doing, making incredible classic books available to everyone without DRM, without ads, and completely free. The books I'm going to recommend aren't necessarily ones you need to read right away. Instead, I think you should add them to your collection. Since they're DRM free, they're yours to explore forever. Whenever you feel like exploring, you can open one up, see what people were thinking 100 years ago, and realize how much their ideas still connect with us today. So each month, I'll be recommending 10 classic books to add to your library. Let's get started. Gladiator by Philip Wylie is a science fiction novel published in 1930. A scientist creates a serum that grants superhuman abilities and injects his pregnant wife without her knowledge. Their son, Hugo Danner, is born with incredible strength, speed, and bulletproof skin, but spends his life hiding these gifts from a fearful world. As Hugo searches desperately for purpose and belonging, he confronts the isolating burden of being different. Widely considered an inspiration for Superman, this groundbreaking novel explores what happens when extraordinary power meets ordinary human longing. The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde is a philosophical fiction and gothic horror novel published in 1890. When a beautiful young man wishes that his portrait would age instead of himself, his desire comes horrifyingly true. As Dorian pursues a life of hedonistic pleasure and immoral experiences, he remains youthful while his portrait darkens with every sin. Wilde explores themes of beauty, morality, and the corrupting influence of unchecked desire in this classic work that sparked controversy upon release but remains his most famous novel. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott is a coming-of-age novel published in 1868 through 1869. The story follows the four March sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy, as they navigate their passage from childhood to womanhood in Civil War-era Massachusetts. Loosely based on Alcott's own family, the novel explores themes of domesticity, work, and true love while depicting the sisters' struggles with genteel poverty, their father's absence as a Union Army chaplain, and their journey toward individual identity in 19th century America. Emma by Jane Austen is a novel published in December 1815. Set in the village of Highbury, it follows Emma Woodhouse, a privileged young woman who fancies herself a matchmaker. Confident in her abilities, Emma meddles in the romantic lives of those around her, particularly her new friend Harriet Smith. But her misguided interventions lead to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and unexpected revelations. Through a series of social missteps and romantic entanglements, Emma must confront her own blindness about matters of the heart. The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton is a novel published in 1920. Set in 1870s upper-class New York society, it follows Newland Archer, a gentleman lawyer preparing to marry the beautiful but sheltered May Welland. His secure world shifts when May's unconventional cousin, Countess Ellen Olenska, arrives from Europe fleeing a scandalous marriage. As Newland grows fascinated by Ellen's bold defiance of social rules, he faces an agonizing choice between duty and desire in a world where appearances matter more than truth. Dead Souls by Nikolai Gogol is a novel first published in 1842. It follows Pavel Ivanovich Chichikov, a mysterious gentleman who arrives in a small Russian town with a peculiar scheme to purchase dead souls, serfs who have died but still exist on paper for tax purposes. As he charms local officials and landowners, his bizarre transactions raise suspicions. Through absurd satire, Gogol exposes the moral rot and social dysfunction of Russia's middle aristocracy, creating unforgettable caricatures of greed, pretension, and vulgarity. Oedipus the King by Sophocles is an Athenian tragedy written around 429 BC. When a plague ravages Thebes, King Oedipus vows to find and punish the murderer of the previous king Laus. As he investigates, the blind prophet Tiresias warns him to abandon his search, but Oedipus persists, unaware that his quest for truth will uncover devastating secrets about his own identity and past, secrets connected to an ancient prophecy about patricide and incest. The Extraordinary Adventures of Arsene Lupin, Gentleman-Burglar by Maurice Leblanc is a collection of stories published in 1907. This debut collection introduces the charming and cunning Arsene Lupin, a master thief who outsmarts police and high society alike. Through 9 tales of daring heists, clever disguises, and audacious escapes, Lupin proves himself an unmatched criminal genius. From shipboard robberies to prison breaks, he taunts authorities, including a famous English detective, while stealing priceless treasures with impeccable style and wit. Triplanetary by E. Smith is a science fiction novel first serialized in 1934 and published in book form in 1948. Ancient alien races wage a secret cosmic war through human history, manipulating bloodlines across millennia, from Atlantis to Rome to future world wars. When humanity finally reaches the stars, forming the Triplanetary League, they face ruthless space pirates and amphibious aliens who harvest iron from entire fleets. Patrol agent Conway Costigan must use forbidden technology to save civilization and spark their first interstellar war. Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson is an adventure novel published in 1883. When young Jim Hawkins discovers a mysterious treasure map in a dead pirate sea chest, he sets sail with a crew to find Captain Flint's legendary buried gold. But aboard the ship Hispaniola lurks danger. The charming one-legged cook Long John Silver leads a band of mutinous pirates with their own deadly plans. On a remote island filled with treachery and violence, Jim must navigate shifting alliances and mortal threats to survive this perilous quest for fortune. This is Ofori, the digital reader, and keep reading.